If you were a Jackie Chan fan in 1995, this line gave you chills.
The action hero who does all his own stunts.
It was everything. It inspired you. It's what drew you to Jackie's movies and helped you to fall in love with fight scenes. Anytime I bring up Jackie Chan using stunt doubles, I'm met with these caveats of people saying, well, that was done in this year, and in this other year he gave an interview saying he might start to use them and blah blah blah. So we're gonna go back to 1995 because Rumble in the Bronx isn't the only movie he did that year. Right after Rumble in the Bronx, Jackie did Thunderbolt, which is an amazingly fun movie. If you haven't seen it, which you might not have because it didn't come out in the West, I highly recommend it. Although by the end of this video, you might not want to see it as a Jackie Chan film.
Mr. Chan, you are a perfect liar.
You might want to see it more as a group effort. If you remember towards the end of Rumble in the Bronx, Jackie Chan broke his ankle doing this jump onto the hovercraft and was wearing a cast for the remainder of the filming. But keep in mind, he was able to film the rest of Rumble in the Bronx. They were able to work around it. In Thunderbolt, he doesn't just use a stuntman now and then. He uses a stuntman the majority of the time. This is more stunt double than Jackie Chan. Essentially what happened is they filmed the fight scenes in their entirety, and then when Jackie was available, they went back and filmed insert shots of him. This is so bad, it reminds me of early 90s movies doing the old Texas switch. You know, having a stunt double doing all sorts of flips and fancy movements, then cutting to a medium shot of the star actor jumping up and landing so it looked like they were doing all of the flips, even though it was painfully obvious that they didn't do any of that. That's what Jackie Chan is doing in the fight scenes in Thunderbolt. I understand his broken ankle had just healed, so maybe he's not going to do stuff like jump off of a ledge or a really hard sidekick, but there's no excuse when it comes to shots like this. Why did that have to be a double? The only reason that would happen is if they filmed the entire fight without Jackie and went back and did shots with him afterwards. They would see this shot and assume nobody would notice anyway, so there's no need to refilm it. Same with this shot, he doesn't do anything with his feet. He could be standing in place on one foot and do this shot, but it's a double. This is a fight scene with a couple of guest appearances by Jackie. And look, he does some cool stuff like this, so it's not like he's completely immobilized from the ankle injury he sustained in Rumble in the Bronx. But look, what color are his boots here? Black. And now he does this and we get the close-up and the boots are brown? There's no reason for the costume department to change his boots halfway through the day. It's obvious that this shot of the boot isn't even Jackie wearing it. Basically, if you can't clearly see Jackie's face, it's not him in this fight. And it's not even just every time you can't see Jackie's face. Sometimes you do see the actor's face and it's just not Jackie. They didn't put the effort in to even make sure that you never see the double's face. They just hoped that you don't notice. Look at how much this is like a 90s Texas switch though. They have all of this action and it's not Jackie, and then he backs up and there's a close-up of his face, and then it goes back to action and it's not him, and then another close-up of his face and it's Jackie, and then again as soon as they go to the action, it's no longer Jackie. And I know that there's an outtake of Jackie trying this little stunt and not getting it. I'm convinced the one they put in is the one of the double doing it right, and that Jackie tried it, didn't get it, and they just went with the one they already had filmed. I am going to speed through this part though because the video is about pointing out when it's a double, and you don't need me to point to what is obviously Jackie Chan's face and say, hey, look, that's Jackie Chan's face. The fight is actually amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite fight scenes, but it's not one of my favorite Jackie Chan fight scenes. I have to point out the stuntman Alan Sid here because who can forget his amazing line delivery in Rumble in the Bronx?
Where's Angelo? Where is he? I don't know.
I put a poll up on my channel a couple of weeks ago, and it looks like about 3/4 of you guys are going to be pretty disappointed in what you discover in this fight scene. This leapfrog move over Alan Sit is actually Jackie, as you can see, but they also used wires. And of course, you guys are all big Hong Kong cinema fans, so you know that this is just some guy's arm in a pant leg with a shoe on his hand. It's certainly not as bad as the other stuff, but I mean, technically, we all know that it's not Jackie doing that kick. And if you think this is bad, wait until you see the even bigger fight in Thunderbolt. Not only is it worse for how often Jackie is doubled, but it's worse for how often you can clearly see the double's face. If you're like me and you became a huge Jackie Chan fan in 1995 when Rumble in the Bronx came out and you loved hearing this line,
The action hero who does all his own stunts.
I'm sorry, but if you're like me, then you also love seeing just how much of a team effort it is to film fight scenes like this.